This month, we're talking about God is real. It's our quarter, the theme. Today is also Mother's Day. We want to highlight the power and have a celebration for mothers. But there's another thing I want to interject and entwine here, and this is also what we call Mental Health Month. I want to deal with that, this understanding of Mental Health Month, because in a real sense, the faith community, especially the African American church, we've done a poor job in dealing with the stigma that's associated with mental health. As a matter of fact, too often in the church, we think that if I just can quote a scripture, come to the altar, get some oil on my head, then I find deliverance. We don't realize that if you have a problem with your tooth, you can go to the dentist. If you have a problem with your eye, you can go get your eye checked. But where do you go when your soul and your emotions are torn up? And for a long time, we feel like I can throw oil at it and call it a demon, and God's going to fix everything. Yes, God does fix everything, but sometimes God fixes things through doctors and through people. And we have this stigma around this whole issue of things like bipolar disorder and depression and sadness and melancholy. But the reality is, secular societies are doing a better job in eliminating the shame and taking the stigma off of mental health. I was reading something earlier even today about how many celebrities have come out to talk about their own issues of mental health, whether it be Jennifer Lewis or Lady Gaga, just so many other people. The list is long and long and long. Halle Berry and so many others who struggle with issues of mental health, and they're trying to eradicate the silence and the shame around it. But sometimes in church, we feel like if I come and dance for 30 seconds, that means when I finish dancing, that what I've been struggling with mentally or emotionally is going to be gone. I've come to tell you, you can come and you can shout, you can dance and put one foot up and put one foot down. And when you finish putting one foot up and one foot down, you're just going to be a musty, sweaty person with the same issue that you had. Because some stuff you can't deal with a scripture and a shout. Sometimes you got to go find a therapist or a counselor or somebody that you can sit down and talk things through. Y'all got the brakes on me here. And what gets me is when you notice the long list of stars and celebrities that are no longer embarrassed or ashamed to admit that I had something. Even athletes like Kevin Love, who played with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and DeMar DeRozan, who once played with the Toronto Raptors and now plays with the San Antonio Spurs, are taking the stigma off to say that sometimes you can admit that anxiety and stress and pressure and worry and doubt and grief can cause even the most gifted, can cause even the most affluent to have issues. You can have a whole pocket your pocket full of money, your cabinets and your cases full of trophies and awards, but that has nothing to do with sometimes the issues that can affect you in the perspective of the emotional and the mental. Am I talking to anybody here? As a matter of fact, I want to come this morning and say to you, brothers and sisters, that it's all right to love Jesus and have a therapist. Y'all got the brakes on me. I want to say to you this morning that just because you go to see somebody to help them unpack what you're feeling, I shared with you, I've been very open that I wanted to talk to somebody. When I went through all those myriad of deaths a few years ago, I wanted to talk to somebody to see why I felt like I felt. Why do I get up sometimes, I feel good, other times I can hear a song and start crying, and ain't nothing wrong. I wanted to find out what was going on. And guess what? At first I didn't want to do it because I thought that meant I was crazy. Then I discovered this, that wanting to talk to somebody about what you feel doesn't mean you're crazy. Sometimes you talk to people so you won't go crazy. Am I talking to anybody around this house this morning?